sound soul dwells within a sound mind and a sound body.
Encounter. The girl with a blind eye and a mad soul.
Maka ran through the streets, looking down every side road to see if she could glimpse the new possible Kishin, holding her weapon tightly in her hand. For some reason, a thick aura of madness bled throughout the city, making it impossible to pinpoint its origin.
Maka, over there.
Her weapon partner called to her. She halted and turned towards the direction he was pointing her. There, in the middle of the street, surrounded in blood, sat a girl, a grotesque red Kishin egg, and a bright blue human soul. The girl couldn't have been much older than they were, with dirtied auburn hair and loose-fitting clothes. She sat there next to the souls, just staring at the glowing orbs of light and life. Maka blinked. Could this girl be the Kishin they were looking for? In her moment of hesitation, the girl's head slowly turned towards them, a wide Cheshire smile appearing on her face. Her eyes met Maka's, and a shiver ran through the blonde's body. Those eyes weren't human. They held too much within them for her to be human. Maka's grip tightened on her scythe, and she readied herself for a fight. The auburn-haired girl slowly stood from her crouched position next to the souls, her back facing the duo, as a soft but dark chuckle bubbled from her lips. Her body then seemed to fold over backwards to stare at them. She giggled again before opening her mouth.
Oh, goody,
She said in a sinister voice.
looks like the rest of the guests have arrived. Have you come to play too?
They held each other's gaze for what felt like eternity, the girl continuing to smile the entire time. She slowly took a step towards them, tilting her head and letting her arms hang limply. The Scythemeister pointed her weapon at the girl, firmly standing her ground. The girl's smile melted into a calm line. The howling of a wolf sounded nearby. The girl straightened herself as a massive, wolf-like humanoid landed heavily behind her, the ground trembling at the impact. But she stood still. She turned to the wolfish creature and gave a curt nod before turning back to the pair of students before her. The wolf thing turned to the souls and gently picked them up, placing them in a glowing jar before launching itself back to the rooftops.
So,
The girl started in a calm voice.
it would seem that I finally warranted enough trouble to gain the attention of Lord Death. Who are you, and why are you doing this?
Maka asked confidently. It was clear that, whatever this girl was, she was not mindless as Kishin eggs were. Perhaps she would listen to reason. The girl giggled and made her way over to one of the lamp posts, disappearing as she walked behind it. Maka blinked in confusion.
I guess what are you would have been more appropriate. My name?
The girl's voice came from behind the pair. Maka spun around and jumped back, surprised at the sudden appearance.
I guess, after all these years, he wouldn't think to keep any sort of documents pertaining to us. Shame. What are you?
Maka demanded. The girl smirked.
That isn't important right now, brave girl.
She denied response.
What is important is what are a couple of children doing out here in the middle of the night? It's dangerous,
She teased.
You never know what sort of monster might be lurking in the shadows.
Maka made her move. She lunged forward, bringing Soul down at the girl. The girl simply jumped back, as if she had expected it. Maka swung again, and again she missed. She let out a battle cry before swinging it again, But to both their shock, the girl grabbed onto Soul's staff and used the momentum of the attack to get closer to them. She smiled sickeningly sweetly at Mako before delivering a swift, open-palmed punch to her torso, busting her back into a nearby building. For such a weak-looking thing, she sure could pack a punch.
Oh, come on.
The girl taunted.
You're hardly a challenge.
Maka stood up, panting, determination flooding into her green eyes. The girl smirked.
That's more like it.
Maka lunged again, barely nicking the girl's shoulder. Slipping backwards, the auburn-haired female began to scale the wall of the building. Once on the roof, she looked back down on the two students. The Reaper will know the answers you seek, she called down to them before vanishing into the night.